So, being a Girl Scout, I have to go back many years, but it's fond memories of just enjoying moments with friends and learning and exploring things that perhaps don't come about in your daily life at school, as a child. And what I loved about the Girl Scouts was that it gave me the opportunity to do things that I otherwise wouldn't have had the opportunity to do, right? Everything from exploring the outdoors, and I grew up in a very rural environment, but having some direction on the things we can do in the outdoors and learn and grow from was just a lot of fun as a child. Someone who's a go-getter has to be driven and has to have some kind of an objective that's leading them, whatever that may be. But then they have to be able to, put their minds to figuring out what the game plan is to get it and work really, really hard to actually make it. Women change the world, right? We are responsible for taking care of our families. We tend to lead our families through changes and through growth and opportunities. We are caretakers in this world, and so to me and to many of the people on my team, it's imperative that we help enable women to be financially strong, independent, knowledgeable, and to be able to take the wheel and drive. And so we have a lot of different efforts here at my firm to educate women, to help them to embrace finance and not be afraid of it, to take advantage of the opportunities that they have, and to make a difference.
I grew up in Closter, New Jersey. I had the opportunity to become a Brownie and then a Girl Scout, and then I joined the CYO, where I guess my fundraising passion came to light, and I really spent a lot of time raising funds for local charities, and it's a passion that I hold today. When I worked for County Trust Company, though, as a teller, I would spend a lot of time learning everybody else's job. I became so good at it that I would train management trainees. Now, because it was a male-dominated field, all the management trainees were men. So I was a little disappointed, and I hoped that I, too, would be able to get that opportunity. They transferred me to the main office to see if I was eligible and if I was knowledgeable enough to enter the management training. And then I got an invitation by the bank president to join him for lunch. So I thought to myself, well, maybe this is it. You're going to go into the management training program, and then your future will begin. So he really surprised me at lunch because he didn't have that in mind. He immediately promoted me to an officer and said that you don't need any training, you've more than qualified, and I was allowed to move on to my first official capacity. Being a leader means that you have a vision, you're able to articulate that vision to your team, that you can help them understand the importance of that vision. You take their input because it's not just about you, it's about the team. Being a leader is sometimes being tough, but being fair. And being a leader is very rewarding.
I went to an all-girls high school, and I love that I went to an all-girls high school. I think the camaraderie that I had in school with my classmates was great. I'm not having to compete with boys and just being able to shine on my own. So I have an 11-year-old daughter, and she is a cadet now, and she's been a Girl Scout since Brownie. Emily was in 2nd grade, and I heard they were opening up a troop in our school, and it was the first time that Girl Scouts was ever mentioned in our town. And I wasn't a Girl Scout when I was younger. So I thought this would be a great opportunity for her to make friends and learn something new, not knowing entirely what Girl Scouts was about at the time. So I called Deanna Walker, who was the leader for the troop, and she said there was no more space. So I was like, no, I need to get my daughter in the troop. How do I do that? And she said, would you like to co-lead? So I thought about it, and I realized that it was a big time commitment, and I wasn't sure if I had the time to make that commitment to Girl Scouts to be a leader, and I wasn't sure what it entailed. So tentatively I said I would consider it. So we went to a whole big meeting, and they taught us about what Girl Scouts was about and what their commitment was to become a leader. And I thought to myself, I can do this. I can do this for my daughter and for myself. And I've been a leader since then, and it's a great relationship that she and I have fostered through Girl Scouts. I feel like being a go-getter is to reach for something, to see something that's beyond your grasp, and to reach for it with your whole mind and all of your enthusiasm and be able to attain that accomplishment.
Accomplishments that I'm pretty proud of, and I think my parents are pretty proud of too, is the fact that I went to school. I chose a school for environmental science, and I studied environmental science all 4 years, and when I came out, I actually got a job in the same field. I've always been a child that enjoyed being outdoors rather than indoors, and so choosing my college career and then rolling that into my professional career is one of my favorite accomplishments. I love the acronym of GIRL because, to be honest with you, I love being a girl. I love being a woman. I love being in, which is changing now, but it was typically a male-dominated field when I started, and it has evolved. There's more women getting involved. They're not afraid to go out there and learn science and technology and math and do civil engineering or scientists' work. So I see a lot more women coming into that go-getter portion of GIRL, and it's excellent.
I was born a real coal miner's daughter in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. I've been a builder, a banker, and a baker in my career here, and I think baking was probably the easiest, but building and banking, the regulations are so difficult, and the challenges of dealing with that makes you have to go out and make it happen. Probably my proudest accomplishment is being the chairman of the board of Lakeland Bank. And being the leader there is not to be the best, the top, the most important person. It's to bring the people together. And I think that's very, very important too. It comes back to caring and doing unto others. And that's the role I hope that I'm playing as the chairman of Lakeland Bank.
Girl Scouts has given me like a really great atmosphere with girls where you can be yourself and explore things that you're passionate about. And it's just like a judgment-free zone where everyone is free to be themselves. These are all people that support you and are your friends, and it's a community of girls that all have dreams and goals, and I think it's like a network of people that you can rely on to help you reach those goals.
I've thought about how women need to be in positions of authority, and how the Girl Scouts gives us an opportunity to inspire young women to do just that, to be in positions such as I am as a vice president of a higher education institution. My dream is, before I leave this earth, that there is a woman in the White House, because I think that the world will definitely be a better place, and that, again, Girl Scouts has been a huge contributor to empowering young women to take those great risks to get there. And so I am so proud to be a part of the Girl Scouts for that reason, in that we do inspire young women to be go-getters, innovators, risk takers, and leaders.